said I was going to bore you with my holiday snaps, didn't I? And yeah, I will. So a bit like Great Aunt Maud's Magic Lantern show of a grand tour. Let's dim the lights and have a look. So yeah, the Abarth track days at Verano, which is in the Apennine Mountains. It's a beautiful little racetrack. It was I don't know if it's built by Giampaolo Dallara, but it was certainly, he owns it and improved the track. I think there might have been something there before he got there. In '72, I think he started in Verano, settled there and built the factory to build the Dallara race cars. More of that another time. But anyway, so that's where we're at, and this blue one, well, that's my favourite. That's a SEO10 Quattrofari. Now, Quattrofari means 4 headlamps, so it's the 4 headlamp car. They're pretty rare and you don't often see them. I first clocked one about, it would be going back 22 years ago. There was one brought over from Germany to one of the Brooklands shows, which was really, when it's really switched me onto it. Saw that run down around the test track. That's in the old test track they used to have before the Mercedes-Benz world that's there today. And that was great to see that go round. And that's the only time I've seen one running, and it was an awesome bit of kit. Then I've seen them at Padova, and then I've seen them in a couple of different collections, but never running. So it was a real treat to get to Verano, and then see this thing being unloaded in this lovely blue Quattrofari, which again I've never seen a blue one. So that was quite something. And then of course it went on track, but it wasn't listed. It wasn't supposed to be there. I think there was an SEO 27, if I remember rightly, which is the yellow and red car. Which is, I think they only made 3 of them. I knew someone that used to have one, but I never did get to see it. Well, that was on the list, and that didn't show. So I reckon same guys, got this SEO10 and brought it. So this is a Series 2 car, which you can tell by the lowered front. So it's got a lowered bit across the front. So if you look at this little toy one, you'll see this goes straight across. This is Series 1. Series 2s go down through there like that. And then they also have the open back, which we'll see. So it has the suspended Fiat 850 rear lights hanging just in the air there. So, and they don't have this enclosed bodywork. So I really like the Series 2s. I think they're, it's one of them occasions when then the sort of second edition's better than the first, which isn't often the case with cars. They normally cheapen them, but with this, I think they look really cool. I particularly like the way the clocks are all hung off of the chassis tubes there, a bit like a Maserati birdcage. So similar sort of, in that way. They run a 2-litre engine. I think they got the 6-speed gearbox. The 2-litre engine's the Simca engine, which is not really got a lot to do with Simca, but it was derived from the old Simca block, but it's nothing like a Simca. So Abarth did their own thing, but it's loosely around that development. So it's all their own thing. I think twin spark, if I remember rightly, and it has bloody great Webers on them. 50s, I think, DCO 50s. So they're proper sized things. They're not like your 40s or 45s. In scale, they're a lot bigger. They're, physically like a breeze block rather than a brick. So they're proper things. And yeah, so out it comes, and then off around the track, and that was quite something to see and quite something to hear. And again, no noise restrictions. You do what you want out there. So yeah, it sounded awesome. So yeah, I've already showed you, obviously a bit obsessed with these little cars. The fact I've had to buy toys. Actually, they're not little, they're big cars when you see them. They're actually quite a fair size. But yeah, these little toy cars. Hence, I've got a little collection of these. And just some literature on them, so silly little things, you know, book club. So there's Mazzario in a SEO 10. Now, I can't tell if that's Series 1 or Series 2. From here, you can't tell. Mazzario's the driver, works Abarth driver. You'd know him, he's the one with the cowboy hat. Normally he's cowboy hat. He's still around today. There's some footage of him. Recently, he's done a few films and so on YouTube and so on, which is quite fun. And yeah, he's a good guy. So that's Mazzario. And then this picture is another one I picked up somewhere along the way. Now here we are. There's an SEO 10. That'd be Series 1 because you can see it's got the little flick up flares there. So, and it doesn't dip down in the middle. So that's Series 1. That's a 3 litre. You can see this one has the inductions on the outside of the cylinder heads, and then the inductions on the outside of the cylinder head, so it'd be behind his crash helmet, the induction pipes there, and then this set here, and then the exhausts come out through the middle and go out. Now, I think these were V8s, if I remember rightly, but that was a prototype. They didn't do many of them. Not sure who that is. It looks a bit like Johannes Ortner. Could well be. This is on a hill climb, you can see, because they're lining up. So we've got an SEO 10 there. Not quite a Quattrofari because they've taped it off. It's got an eye patch. There's Thomas E, the famous designer. Forgot this chap's name. I'm sure someone, Abarth guys, will enlighten me on who he is. But this is all the old crew from back in the day. Quite like, you know, you've got a Ford Anglia here, so someone's trying their best. They're not going to have anything like the times they've got. And then this lovely lady here is spectating. It's all very cool. I don't think that's Annalise Abarth, which is Carl Abarth's wife. It doesn't look like her, but you'd expect to see her. And she did dress, you know, very fashionably for the time. So it could be sort of thing, probably a maid, wearing some of the Abarth boutique clothing she used to do. She had a clothing line. It was the first time a motor manufacturer sort of went into a fashion label. No one else was doing it, and they had this fashion label going. It's Abarth boutique, period adverts in Vogue and things like that. It's really cool sort of stuff.
Yeah, fine.
Hardly any exists anymore because it's such a small little thing they were doing. But anyway, there you go. So yes, I hope you enjoyed the little Magic Lantern show. There's lots more to see. I've got lots more snaps, but we'll save that for another day. I think just a little bit about my favourite Abarth. Or is it? Maybe it's the... Maybe it's the Periscopo, rather than the, I don't know, difficult to decide, isn't it? Anyway, perhaps we'll have a vote. What's your favourite Abarth? That'll do.